Morning, it's the 6th of November 2024. That's it. Well, what we're going to talk about today. There's one, no doubt about it. Politics is certainly very interesting, isn't it?
You tried your best, and you failed miserably. The lesson is, never try.
That probably goes out to Kamala Harris, because it sounds like this lad. 78-year-old Donald Trump is going to become the President of the United States of America again. I didn't think that would happen, I'll be quite honest. I'd be a bit speechless. I mean, 78-year-old, why is he on it? I'll tell you why he wants it, because he's skinned. He needs it. And interesting, I was looking at the people who've endorsed this guy, Donald Trump, who is I don't know if he's a convicted rapist, don't want to make false accusations, but the people who endorsed him in this country: Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, Suella Braverman, Jacob Rees-Mogg, Jake Berry, Kwasi Kwarteng, Robert Jenrick, Nigel Farage, Rupert Lowe, Dame Andrea Jenkins, Richard Tice. Note the thread, they're all nasty Tories. Every one of them I've named. Some are no longer MPs and some are no longer Prime Ministers, I'm pleased to fucking say. Moving on from that, we're on about nasty Tories. What do you call her? Kemi Badenoch announced a shadow cabinet yesterday. Interestingly for me, Tom Tugendhat and James Cleverly weren't in that shadow cabinet, preferring to sit on backbench. I wonder why that is. They're probably waiting for her to get booted out, and one of them can stop in. But I just picked a few out. We got Mel Stride, he's the Shadow Chancellor. When he went in charge of health, he said that he thought PIP were thousands of pounds a month, personal independence payment. We got Chris Philp. He's the gift what keeps on giving. He's the Shadow Home Secretary. In his last job, he thought Congo and Rwanda were the same place. And he's the man who McNeice kept saying, "You're a liar, you're a liar." Priti Patel is the Shadow Foreign Secretary. She's the same Priti Patel who, when Foreign Secretary, when she was Home Secretary, she was forced to resign because what she'd been done. She'd been meeting Netanyahu and diverting British taxpayers' money to the Israeli army. What about that? Then we've got Honest Bob Jenrick. He's the Justice Secretary, Shadow Justice Secretary, and he helps a millionaire builder avoid tax. Honest Bob. Then we've probably got the dimmest MP out of 650 by far, Helen Waitley, Works and Pensions Shadow. What a fucking... I think they have to keep checking the pulse. There's no sign of life there. And then we've got Laura Trott. She's the Education Secretary, Shadow Education Secretary. I've reserved a little clip for her where she's showing her prowess at mathematics. Not very well, though.
What is puzzling me is how you can be even talking about tax cuts when a central pledge is getting debt down and debt is going up.
So the central pledge is one of our fiscal rules, which is that debt needs to be falling over the 5-year fiscal forecast as a percentage of GDP, which it is.
No, it's higher in 5 years than now.
Not as a percentage of GDP.
Yeah, no, it's higher. It's going up. It's lower in the 5th year relative to the 4th year. So it goes down at the end of the projection. But in 5 years, I think it's higher at the end of the project. Yeah, 23.4, 89% of GDP. 28.9, it's 93% of GDP. Debt goes up. It falls at the end of 5 years a little bit. But that doesn't mean debt is coming down. That means debt is going up. It's higher. It's higher in 5 years than now.
It's falling as a percentage of GDP.
It's higher as a percentage of GDP.
I'm not sure. I think.
Well, this is really basic. I'm looking at the latest OBR table. Public sector net debt ex-Bank of England, 28.9, 92.8%, 23.4, 89%. So it's up in 5 years. Now, I'm amazed that you don't know that debt is rising, but you're the one who's planning. I'm looking at the percentage of GDP.
This is. I think I need to have the figures. I've got different figures, which are So I think we just need to...
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just suppose if debt
Yeah.
is higher on the OBR forecast in 5 years than now, you couldn't possibly be cutting taxes while your pledge is that debt should be falling.
The point is that we have our fiscal rules, and within those we have an amount of headroom. So we will only do things that are fiscally responsible and sit within our fiscal
What about
rules.
that then? Fucking Laura. We have another fair experiment. Fucking Laura, sort Jesus, right, man. You could not make this shit up. And following her, the last one I'm going to talk about is Victoria Atkins. She's the MP for Louth in Lincolnshire. She worked for she was the health secretary when they were got in power. She did fuck all, like just ended up with nurses, doctors, everybody on strike. Did nothing for health service, and that were intentions. She's now the DEFRA, Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs Shadow Minister. Well, so to that, get your wetlands on and get it field. She looks like she's been dragged for an age backwards. Have I said that? I don't know, I'm going mad. Plus there's a few more fucking villains, no threat to anybody. In fact, they're a gift to Labour. Moving on, sadly, the Queen, after a media blackout, after that dispatches programme at weekend saying how much royal family were ripping us off for, there's been a media blackout right up till yesterday when it's been announced that the Queen, she's actually gone down with a chest infection, and the bad news is she's not going to be able to fulfil any further engagements until further notice. So my heartfelt thoughts go out to the Queen. I can't get used to calling her Queen. I prefer ugly fucker myself. I'm going to leave you with a joke by the late Bob Monkhouse, and it was about Camilla, and he said that Bob Monkhouse said that Prince Charles, he tried to enter Queen Camilla into an ugly contest, but they just said that no professionals were allowed. Have a great day, everybody. It's going to be a funny old day, funny old week, like somebody said earlier. Where are we going with this one? Wakey, wakey!